Yajong Jonesi, Gdiling Joshua, Guyashang, Elizabeth Lowe, Ganayan Yajong Ramsey County. Nuno, Bayo Tamiji Tsa, Ika Initiative, who are 21st Century Parks. Nuno Donta Beta, Nukaya, the Director of Ramsey County Parks and Recreation. Mark McCabe, Tia, Tamarack Nature Center Education Program Manager, Noel Roden. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you as well.
Yeah. Unde Bayo Bina Gego Saka, Betam Jitsa, Nato Kingna. So let's start with introductions. Tell me about your role with Ramsey County Parks and Recreation. We'll talk with you first there.
Sure. Well, thank you first off for having us. We're excited to be here today. And yes, my name is Mark McCabe, and I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation for Ramsey County. And we oversee a number of different facilities, parks, golf courses, ice arenas, community event centers, nature center that you're going to hear more about, and a lot of just activity areas like public beaches, turf facility, archery ranges. So a lot of things for people to do out in the park system.
A lot of things with Parks and Recreation. And you've been on the show a few times, or Parks and Recreation has too. So thank you, and welcome back to the show. And then Noelle.
Yeah, I'm Noelle. I am the manager at Tamarack Nature Center, which is our education space out on the Bald Eagle Otter Lake Regional Park. And we have a facility there that we do programming all year round. And it has a preschool, we do field trips, we have a garden, and a lot of nature play spaces for people to explore and discover the outside world.
Yeah, and I had the opportunity of visiting last summer, and I keep talking about it. And our communications associate, Mel, is also here today. And her and I showed up, and it was just a really beautiful day with children running around and learning. And just thank you for that tour, because I never can stop talking about how much goes on at Tamarack Nature Park.
Yeah.
So today we're also talking about the 21st Century Parks Initiative. So if we can just talk a little bit about what it is, what does it mean for our community? So Mark, 21st Century Parks Initiative, Yorachi.
Sure. Really, it's a vision statement, like trying to make sure that we are creating a long-term sustainable future for our community through the park system. And it's all about having a opportunity to create a dynamic, community-centered system. And so a way of reaching out to community members, finding out what they want in their parks and recreation system, reaching out to all segments of the population to make sure they're represented, and then doing what they say, being able to take their ideas and put it into action and create a park system that reflects the community's wants and needs.
Yeah, great. Are you able to share a little bit more about what the goal is with the initiative? I know this is an initiative that we're thinking more about the future generations in the next decade or so. Can you just give me some examples?
Sure. I think creating a system that's welcoming, being reflective, again, of people's wants and needs, being inclusive. So an example would be signage in our park system. It used to be pretty rudimentary, and you'd have lots of rules and a lot of text on signs. Now, to be able to kind of communicate across multiple languages, we have different symbols that we use. There's also public art that's been incorporated. So you'll see signs that say, "We are on Dakota land," that was developed through a series of local artists and reflected back into the park system. And so those visual kind of indicators of how community shows up and is represented in the system. And then, just again, being able to go out to community proactively as we explore different projects to redevelop. We're looking at Beaver Lake County Park right now as a site that we're redeveloping. That's in both Maplewood and cities of St. Paul. And so we went out and talked to the community about what they would like for recreational amenities and how we should plan it, and really incorporated that over a year-long planning process plus, and now have a plan that reflects what we heard from the community, so they can enjoy the facility in the future.
Yeah, and we would be remiss if we were not talking about the Thulu chords, because we cover that on the show as well. Lots of signage there from local artists to represent the Hmong community, and the language for the signage is also in language. And so thank you so much for that. Those are concrete examples of this initiative. So.
Yeah, thank you. And that was I'd say probably one of the marquee projects of this 21st Century Initiative was community was heavily involved in everything from the beginning stages of the design of that facility through the ending stages. And so through a grand reopening program that we did. And so that was really an integral part of what you see at Keller Regional Park today with that Tula facility. Really came from the thoughts and ideas of the Hmong community, particularly the Tula players and Tula community, and to build the best facility that we can, we need all that input. And so I think that's a great example of success in partnering with community.
Yes.
Yeah.
And why do you think it's important that this vision is being created now? So vì lý do cái bạn nó theo lịch trình chính dash.
Sure. Our community is changing, and so with changing demographics, there are different wants and needs that the community has. So I think it's important for us to get out and have that discussion. What Ramsey County looked like 30, 40 years ago when a lot of our facilities were built is much different than today. So there's a lot of different wants and needs. Also, just seeing parks as the importance of kind of shepherding, stewarding both physical health and mental health, so overall well-being, providing places where people can just connect as community. Our community has been through a lot, and so to be able to provide these safe spaces and places for people to go out and enjoy, hold family gatherings, just enjoy themselves in the summer and have that physical and mental well-being, I think is really important right now.
Thank you, Mark, for that. I know a lot of this is already being implemented in our park system to include what is being done through Tamarack Nature Center. So thank you, Noelle, for being on the show.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Tamarack Nature Center for those who are unfamiliar with the work being done there. So Noelle, đâu cho chị tao bảo cho Tamarack Park, không chỉ cho khó cho nó thế này ô đi chăng?
Yeah, well, Tamarack Nature Center is a facility that's located on a nature preserve. So we have a beautiful land for people to explore and play and enjoy. There's trails to hike, but we also offer cross-country ski trails in the wintertime. It's a building, though, where we have people on staff who are there to answer your questions, give you trail recommendations, have you the opportunity to meet some animals. Inside of our atrium space, we have animals like turtles, snakes, frogs, even some honeybees as well. And when you walk inside, you can see those animals and learn about them as too. There's also a garden and a nature play area that are really great for all of our visitors, but I tend to see a lot of families, especially families with young kids and young adults exploring those places. And one of the cool things that I've seen too is a lot of photographers at our spaces. And so it's a great, really picturesque place to come and take those photos with your family or a group that you're with. And so we see all sorts of different types of people using the Nature Center to connect with nature and to learn a little bit more about the outside world around them.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the programming that you have there?
Yeah, well, we want to make nature as accessible as possible to people. And so we create programming that kind of helps people take kind of that step into the natural world through learning about it. We have educators or environmental educators on staff that deliver the programs and help facilitate the experiences for people. And those programs look all different. We have free drop-in discoveries on Saturdays where you can come anytime between 10 and noon and you get to learn a little bit about something. I know an upcoming one is about our garden and how to care for things that are growing. Or you can sign up for your kids up for an opportunity like our day camp. There's lots of opportunities for people to come and have educational experiences that are fun and facilitated by our staff. So
I think I was excited about all of that because I got to experience a little bit of it last summer, but also the maple capping.
Yeah, like there's always something to do every time of the year. So like seasonally, our programs change. So, there might not be something right now that you're super into, but like come maple syrup season, you're like thinking about, like I need something yummy in my tummy. Like come out and learn about how we get the maple from the trees. And then you just get kind of your glimpse of just like all the wonder there is in nature too, because it's like this is really happening right now. Like you're not as engaged with it until you come and you get to be a part of it. So
no, that's so true. It's hard to envision it until you're actually there.
Yeah.
And take it all in.
Yeah.
So another example of this initiative that is being implemented is through providing opportunities. We talked a little bit about this before we started filming.
Yeah.
Is for residents to be a part of this park system through Tamarack.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the opportunities that Tamarack currently has available for community? So Noel, kaya cho holo the opportunities or Tamarack that the mo cho be
Yeah, so we have at Tamarack a smaller staff, but it's one that's always changing and evolving. And recently we've gotten a grant to help us improve that kind of team by bringing someone in who can help connect with marginalized audiences. And so this grant is one where we can bring a person in and have them support us and be a part of the programming, but also engage with the community more. And so this will involve connecting with some of our main audiences, like our St. Paul Public Schools. We have every single preschooler in that school system visit Tamarack each year. And so we want to engage more with the families and the communities that they come from. And so we're hoping to hire someone on staff who has the ability to connect with those audiences. And then we want to create more programming back on site through this person that brings those communities together in celebration of being in nature and connecting with each other. So this position is one that's coming up that I'm excited to share. And then we also just have other positions as educators or as someone working on our welcome desk and visitor services. We also have volunteer opportunities and internship opportunities that we have at Tamarack. As a educational place, we want to just kind of feed the community back by creating those job opportunities too, where people can give back to their community through education and teaching what they've learned. So,
and what a meaningful opportunity for so many residents to be a part of that system, give back, but also get a lot back.
Yeah.
So thank you for all of that.
Yeah.
So what role do parks play in helping people feel connected and healthy? I think we alluded to some of this earlier, but Mark, we'll start with you. So your parks, ba tining cho ke no ka ha hu ri ya.
Well, first off, there's the opportunity for physical fitness. So getting out, running on trails, swimming, playing hockey, golfing, all sorts of things that can help with physical fitness. But also on the mental health side, like I mentioned earlier, just having the opportunity to, go out with your family or take a solo hike or, have a community event that is out in the parks. I think really affordable to be able to get people out and gather and have a sense of belonging. And so I think those things all contribute to positive mental health and physical health. We saw a lot during the COVID period of how important it was for people to just get out and have a sense of community and be able to bond with each other and just have places that felt and are safe and are places of belonging. And so we think that, does a lot for people during this time.
Yeah, no, and I would echo that. A lot of the best memories I've ever had with my family was at a park. So
that's great.
Love that.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Well, at Tamarack, there's a lot of just like fostering people's curiosity and they're wanting to explore. They want to see something new and take it in. And so I feel like through creating some programming and educational opportunities, Tamarack's able to help people connect in that way. But then there's also just visitors who just want to get out and explore and kind of take their own path. And there's that opportunity too. I've been connecting a lot with people in our community that I hadn't realized were using our parks, and that's just been eye-opening to me. Just people who might gather for mental health as a group out there. Maybe it's a whole bunch of new mothers, and so I get emotional. I have a new mother too, so but it's like a space for them to come together, and they can bring their kids, they can enjoy, and then they have a place that they can relate to people with and kind of connect
and
that way.
Build those memories and connect with one another and build relationships.
Yeah.
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 No, that's beautiful. Beautiful work being done.
Yeah.
So if you could leave residents with a message today about parks, or anything really, what would that be? So yone sa joilo ludo at yaning or that Shai Ramsey, Ramsey County, ani sa haira chitola.
I want people to feel invited and welcomed in our parks at Tamarack Nature Center.
Yeah, I would say that, one message to leave people with is that I think Ramsey County Parks is for everyone. And we're looking to hear your input. I think, again, part of this initiative is really listening and listening to what the community's wants and needs are. And so if we haven't heard from you, you could feel free to contact us at our website and we'll go through that, but ramseycountymn.gov/parks. And there's opportunities to leave feedback and we have a list of projects that are underway or things that we're looking to advance in the future. And so that's an opportunity to engage with people and have the community's voice heard.
Yeah. And where can we get more information about Tamarack Nature Center?
Yeah, we're connected through the Ramsey County website. So it's Ramsey County / Tamarack Nature Center. And a bunch of information about our upcoming programs can be found there. We also have a Facebook page, which offers some more close to day-to-day updates on what's going on out at Tamarack. And so either of those places are great to look.
Lots of fun opportunities coming up this summer too.
Yeah.
Any?
Yeah, I think a couple opportunities that we want to share. So we did just go through a redevelopment of our water park at Battle Creek Regional Park, and we're looking to hopefully open the doors on June 18th for that facility, and then have a grand reopening event July 9th. And so we'll have more information about those events out on our website, but it's was, I believe, around a $5 million investment through a number of different sources. State included, and legacy amendment funding, which is very critical to us. And so the community, we went out, asked them a bunch of questions about what they would like for the facility, and think we have that reflected back. So we're really excited about that. And then there's also Manitou Ridge Golf Course in White Bear Lake. We just did a major renovation of that facility, and we have a grand reopening of that course on June 27th. And so at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we've got a golf tournament that's free and open to the public. So there's a sign up out there. If people would like to play 9 holes in a foursome, we've got the opportunity for you. And other putting contests and just other kind of fun games and things like that. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And we've heard a lot of positive feedback from the current users. And so can't wait to have people get out and experience the course.
That's great. Lots of opportunities to get involved in the park system this year.
Yeah.
Thank you both for being here today and sharing information with us on Yajong Ramsey County.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure.